Hello, and welcome to Over 60. Damn, how did that happen so fast? I'm your host, Roger, and today we're going to talk about aches and pains. Oh my God. Look, a disclaimer before I start. I just came back from out of town spending a week with kids, and there's a total of two dogs. I'm sorry, four dogs, three in one home and two in another home. And I was visiting my two of my sisters. Both had cats. Another sister who also smokes, and I'm allergic to all of that. And it's pollen season, so every time you walk outside to the car, it's covered with pollen. So I'm on so many antihistamines trying to overcome allergies and so forth. I've been back for just about a day and my head still isn't clear. Hopefully, I make it through this podcast without coughing or hacking up my lungs. So please forgive me if I do. Look, aches and pains. Hey, look. Today, I'm getting in the car and I sit down and I get this pain in my right buttocks, going from my right buttocks up my back. Look, I've never had this kind of pain before. I can't figure out where it's coming from. All I did was get in the car, which I've done 1,000 times, never had a problem, and I had this pain go up my back from my rear end. What is that? You know, my father, I remember, God bless him, I remember him coming home from work and sitting down. Oh my God. Get up. Oh my God. Bend over. Oh my God. What the heck is wrong with him? Now that I'm over 60, I'm beginning to see what he was talking about. It is so funny. I'm trying so hard not to cough here. But we get pains everywhere. Isn't that weird? You bend over, your knee. You do a quick pivot, your ankle. You go down too far, it's your knee and it's your ankle. And in my case, I have lower back pain. So if I bend over too far, I got the lower back pain. I've got the pain where you pivot as you're bending over, which is kind of weird to say. And so I have, in the last 2 months, felt aches and pains in both ankles, both my knees. Now, granted, my knees from sports. I played a lot of sports when I was younger, played golf for years. So, yeah, I have pains from the golfing thing. Um, I had pains in both ankles and elbows, and I had to wear a thumb brace on my left hand for about 8, 9 days because all of a sudden I start getting little Charlie horses in my thumb. Where is that coming from? I mean, I know I'm over 60, but damn. Okay. Uh, I'm one of the fortunate ones that I don't get headaches. I probably had one or two headaches in my entire life, so very fortunate with that right there. But the lower neck pain when you're turning too quickly to say hello and all of a sudden your neck hurts. Um, Let me tell you something that's really weird. Have you gotten to the point when you put on your socks that you find you have to bend over, take a breath, hold it, pull your sock halfway up, sit up a little bit, take another breath, bend over, pull the sock the rest of the way open, hope you don't get a Charlie horse? I mean, I know I've talked about Charlie horses in the past. Now, look, I'm 6'1", I'm 250 pounds. Other than a fat gut, which I do have a gut, I need to get rid of my gut. It is a pain in the ass trying to bend over and put your socks on and breathe, okay, and try not to get a Charlie horse in the process. What is that all about? I don't know. I've talked to my doctor. She gives me all kind of weird recommendations and so forth, but I can't figure that part out. Stomach cramps after you eat certain food. I eat certain foods. I used to be able to eat really, really spicy foods. And all of a sudden, I can't eat the spicy foods anymore. And then when I do, sometimes I get cramps from the spicy foods, depending on the combinations of what I'm eating. I was an endless pit when I was a young man in my 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s. I still consider myself young, but I'm in my 60s now. Why does food give you aches and pains? What is that all about? Not even to mention the dreams you get. Now I'm beginning to ramble, but not even talk about some of the dreams you get for some of the food you eat. We'll talk about that at another time. But what is it with the aches and pains that all of a sudden we're starting to feel this thing everywhere? My elbow, my arm, my lower back, turning too quick and pivoting. And uh, I was at my son's a week ago, and I was lifting up some groceries and just picking the bag up. I don't know, 5-6 pounds, no big deal. I had this little wrist thing going on, and I had to drop the bag. Fortunately, it was just vegetables, and had to drop the bag. I mean, absolutely insane with these aches and pains. You talk to your doctor. Oh, you take this pill and this will take care of that. Oh, you have to lose weight over here. Oh, you have to, take yoga or, swim more. I agree with the swimming. I'm not doing yoga, but I agree with the swimming. I used to swim prior to COVID 3 days a week. I have a really big pool here in the development, and I would do between 7 to 10 laps 3 times a week. Felt great. I'm not doing yoga. Forget about it. I've had my son tell me about it. My wife has told me about doing the yoga. I've had friends tell me about doing yoga. Not doing the yoga thing. I had another friend talk to me about doing acupuncture. Forget about it. Right? Just never going to happen. But I will. Maybe start swimming again and see what I can do. Look, if you're suffering with some of these same aches and pains, God bless you. God bless you. I hope it works out for you. All I know is every time I turn around, I have a new pain in my back, my ankle, my leg, my elbows. I'm not a bad eater, although I like my ice cream. I'm not going to lie. I do enjoy my ice cream. I'm never giving it up. But cook fresh foods, eat fresh vegetables. Cannot figure out the aches and pains. I guess I have to live with it. Say la vie. What are you gonna do? Look, really appreciate you guys listening to our podcast. Having a lot of fun with it, and have some really interesting topics coming up in the future. But like I said, drop me a line, right? Drop me a line over at over60damn at gmail.com. You can also find us on Google Podcasts. We're really excited about that. And again, thanks for listening. I greatly appreciate it, and I love you. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful life. And look forward to talking to you next time. So, as I always close, thank you for listening to our podcast this week. Over 60. Damn. How did I get there so fast?